Imagine a penny so valuable it could buy you a mansion. No, I'm not joking, this tiny, unassuming coin could be your ticket to living the dream lifestyle you've always wanted. But here's the catch, do you really know what's hiding in your pocket change? By the end of this video, you will. And trust me, you won't look at pennies the same way again. Let's start with a quick question. What if the key to financial freedom isn't a lottery ticket, but something sitting in an old jar on your dresser? You heard that right. Today, we're diving into the 1951 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, a coin that's flipping the script on what spare change really means. Back in 1951, millions of pennies were minted without a mint mark, but what makes this particular penny so special? Why are collectors practically falling over themselves to get their hands on one? Here's a hint, it's not just age. It's about rarity, condition, and a secret detail that sets this penny apart from the rest. But before we get into that, let's rewind to 1951 and uncover why these pennies became legendary in the first place. Spoiler alert, it wasn't by accident. And no, before you ask, sticking your regular pennies in a time machine won't work, believe me, I've tried. Let's focus on the real deal instead. So, what exactly makes this coin worth up to $1 million? 3 words: rarity, condition, and demand. Let me break it down. First, the 1951 penny was minted in Philadelphia, which didn't use a mint mark back then. While millions were produced, finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. Imagine holding a coin that's survived over 70 years without a scratch. It's practically a miracle. Second, collectors are obsessed with errors or unique characteristics. Some 1951 pennies have minor variations, like double die strikes or misaligned details. These small imperfections skyrocket their value because, in the world of coin collecting, imperfections equal perfection. And here's the exciting part, demand is at an all-time high. As more collectors enter the market, prices are climbing. Some 1951 pennies have sold for jaw-dropping amounts, depending on their grade. One penny, graded as MS67 red, went for hundreds of thousands at auction. So imagine what a perfect one could fetch. Are you getting goosebumps yet? You should be. Now, here's the burning question, could one of these $1 million pennies be hiding in your collection? Don't jump to conclusions just yet, because coming up, I'll show you exactly what to look for and how to avoid costly mistakes when selling. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Alright, now let's talk strategy. If you've got a 1951 penny, start by checking its condition. Does it have that vibrant reddish tone, known as red luster? That's a big win. Is it free of scratches, discoloration, or wear? Even better, next, you'll want to get it graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. This step is crucial because grading determines its market value. And here's a pro tip, even if your penny doesn't seem perfect, don't dismiss it. Some pennies with minor wear have still sold for thousands. Now comes the $1 million question, where do you sell it? Auctions are a great option, especially online platforms like Heritage Auctions or Stax Bowers. But here's a word of caution, don't just sell to the first buyer who comes along. Some shady dealers will try to lowball you. Remember, knowledge is power, and by watching this video, you're already ahead of the game. But wait, what if you don't have a 1951 penny? Should you just give up on the dream? Absolutely not. There are other valuable pennies out there waiting to be discovered. In fact, some of the most ordinary-looking coins could be worth life-changing amounts. And hey, before you start raiding your couch cushions like a treasure hunter, let me remind you, no, pennies aren't edible, don't chew on one thinking it's a golden nugget. But here's the twist, not all valuable coins are obvious. Some are hidden gems, overlooked by almost everyone. In my next video, I'll reveal the most underrated penny that could be worth even more than the 1951 no-mint mark. So, are you ready to uncover the hidden fortune in your change jar? Hit that subscribe button and join me as we turn pocket change into paychecks. Your future wealth could be just one penny away. What if I told you that a 1966 no-mint mark Lincoln penny could be worth up to $1 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, stick around because this story gets even better, and more urgent. Time is ticking, and you don't want to miss this opportunity. Let's dive in. First, let's talk about what makes a coin like this so valuable. The 1966 Lincoln penny has a unique story. During this time, the U.S. Mint was in a frenzy. Coins were being struck without mint marks due to a deliberate decision to stop coin hoarding. This seemingly ordinary penny, without a D or S mint mark, could now make you extraordinarily wealthy. Why? Rarity creates demand. And demand drives value. Here's the kicker: most people don't even know these coins exist, let alone their potential worth. You might already have one sitting in an old coin jar, stuffed in a drawer, or tucked away in a forgotten collection. Could you be sitting on $1 million treasure without even knowing it? Or maybe it's under the couch cushions. I mean, when's the last time you actually cleaned under there? Now, here's where the stakes get high. The coin market is on fire right now, with collectors and investors willing to pay astronomical prices for rare coins like the 1966 no-mint mark penny. But here's the scary part: if you don't act quickly, this opportunity could disappear. Markets fluctuate, interest wanes, and once these coins are snatched up, it's game over for the rest of us. And let's not forget, condition matters. The better the condition of your 1966 penny, the higher its value. Coins graded as MS-65 or higher are fetching life-changing amounts. So, before you throw away that pocket change, think twice. Even a single scratch could mean the difference between cashing in or missing out. Just recently, a rare 1966 Lincoln penny sold at auction for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Imagine what you could do with that kind of money. Pay off debts, buy your dream home, or even retire early. Doesn't that sound incredible? But here's the burning question: how do you know if your penny is the one? And what steps should you take to avoid being scammed? Stay tuned because I'm about to show you exactly how to identify, protect, and cash in on this golden, or should I say, copper, opportunity. Here's what you need to do. First, examine your 1966 pennies for that missing mint mark. You'll find it below the date on the front of the coin. If there's no letter, you might just have struck gold, well, copper, technically. Next, check the condition. Use a magnifying glass to inspect for scratches, dents, or discoloration. If it looks pristine, congratulations, you're already halfway there. Send your coin to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC for certification. This step is critical to determining its true value. Wait, what's that? You're saying you don't have a magnifying glass? Well, time to borrow your kid's science kit. Trust me, they'll understand when you tell them you're hunting for $1 million coin. But here's the best part: there's more to this coin than meets the eye. Some of these pennies have unique errors or doubling on the lettering, which could make them even more valuable. And in just a moment, I'll tell you the key details to look for, so you don't accidentally pass up a fortune. So, don't wait. Start checking your 1966 pennies today. And if you think you found one, get it certified immediately. The market won't wait for you, and every second counts when it comes to rare coins. Remember, wealth doesn't always come from where you expect it. Sometimes, it's right there in your spare change. Take this seriously, it could be the easiest $1 million you'll ever make. But wait. One penny catches your eye, and it has a little D under the year. What if I told you that single penny could be worth up to $1 million? Yes, you heard that right, a penny worth more than your car, your house, or maybe even your retirement fund. Feeling skeptical? Good. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes this coin so valuable, how to identify it, and how to avoid getting scammed when selling it. This could be your chance to transform an ordinary penny into a life-changing fortune. And hey, if you've been saying, "I don't have time for this," let me remind you, it's a penny. Not finding it would be like throwing away a free lottery ticket. Let's start with the basics. The 1969 D. Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, Colorado, and at first glance, it might look like every other penny in your pocket. But here's the catch: some of these pennies have a rare error called a double die obverse. This means the date and the word "Liberty" appear to have been stamped twice, creating a shadow-like effect. Now, here's the burning question: how do you know if your penny has this error? Look closely at the numbers and the date. Do you see a faint doubling? It's subtle but unmistakable. Even if you're unsure, hold on to it and don't dismiss it, because the next part is critical. The value of these pennies depends on their condition. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition can fetch hundreds of thousands of dollars at auctions. And if you happen to have one graded as mint state, congratulations, you might be looking at the $1 million jackpot. By the way, if you're thinking, great, now I need a magnifying glass and a PhD in numismatics, don't worry, I've got you covered. But it's not just about finding the right penny, it's about knowing how to sell it. Now, let's talk strategy. Say you found a 1969 D double die penny. What's your next move? Don't just list it online and hope for the best. That's how scammers and lowballers will take advantage of you. Instead, get your coin professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC. This will authenticate its value and ensure you get top dollar. But here's a twist you probably didn't see coming. Did you know the way you present your coin can make or break the sale? I'll explain exactly how in just a moment. The coin collecting world is competitive. Serious buyers are watching auctions daily, waiting for gems like yours to appear. Timing, marketing, and choosing the right platform are key, and don't wait too long. Prices for rare coins like the 1969 D penny can fluctuate based on market trends. Right now, these coins are hotter than ever. Think about it. One small step, checking your old pennies, could be the first move toward a lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Imagine paying off your debts, traveling the world, or investing in a legacy for your family, all because of a single coin. And if you're thinking, this sounds too good to be true, well, so did the guy who sold his for $1.25 before realizing what he had. Don't be that guy. Now it's your turn. Go grab those old jars, check every 1969 D penny, and share your findings in the comments below. And if you're ready to dive deeper into the world of rare coins, hit that subscribe button, because every week, we uncover more secrets that could turn pocket change into life-changing wealth. Have you ever casually picked up a penny, thinking it's just spare change, only to wonder if that little coin could be hiding a life-changing secret? Well, today, we're diving into the incredible story of the 1971 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, one of the most sought-after coins in the United States. Its value. Hold your breath. This little copper coin could be worth up to $1 million in today's market. But here's the catch: most people don't even realize they have one sitting in their pockets, piggy banks, or that old jar tucked away in the attic. Could you be missing out on your shot at financial freedom? Let me ask you this: if $1 million penny was hiding in plain sight, would you know how to spot it? Stick with me because I'm about to share everything you need to know to uncover this hidden treasure. Let's rewind for a moment. Why is the 1971 no-mint mark Lincoln penny so valuable? It all starts with a minting mistake. Coins minted in Philadelphia during 1971 didn't receive a mint mark. Seems simple, right? But what makes this penny special is its rarity and condition. Combine these factors, and you've got a perfect storm for collectors willing to pay staggering sums for the right coin. Now, here's the emotional trigger. Imagine owning one of these coins and not knowing its value. What if you unknowingly spent it on a cup of coffee last week? That's the terrifying reality for many people right now. Don't let that happen to you. But how do you know if you've hit the jackpot? First, grab your pennies. Look for the date, 1971, on the front, under Lincoln's image. If there's no mint mark, you could be holding a piece of history, and potentially a fortune. Of course, not all 1971 no mint mark pennies are worth millions. Condition plays a crucial role. Those graded as MS 67 or higher are where the real money is. Wait, MS-67. Sounds technical, doesn't it? Don't worry, I'll explain that in a moment. Humor aside, the truth is, if collectors are chasing your coin, you're sitting on a gold mine. Or should I say, a copper mine? Now, let's talk about the market. The current demand for rare pennies is skyrocketing. In 2024 alone, top-graded 1971 no-mint mark pennies have sold for jaw-dropping amounts. This surge isn't just luck, it's driven by collectors who understand the value of history. And here's where the urgency kicks in. Every day, more people are becoming aware of this coin. The longer you wait, the more likely the market could shift. Here's the million-dollar question, literally. Do you know how much your 1971 penny is worth? Maybe it's time to find out. Picture this: cashing in your penny, paying off debts, buying your dream home, or traveling the world, all because of a single coin. This isn't just a pipe dream, it's a reality for those who take action. But here's the final twist: most people overlook one critical step in verifying the true value of their coin. Miss this step, and you could leave thousands, or even millions, on the table. What's that step, you ask? Well, you'll have to stick around for my next video, where I reveal the exact grading process collectors and experts use to determine if your penny is the real deal. Until then, check your pockets, search those old coin jars, and start dreaming big. That little piece of copper might just change your life forever. You're rummaging through an old jar of coins and stumble upon a simple penny from 1987. You think, it's just a penny, right? But what if I told you that this humble coin, if it's missing something crucial, could make you a millionaire overnight? Yes, you heard that right, millions from a penny. Now, before you toss that jar back on the shelf, let me explain why the 1987 NO Mint Mark Lincoln penny could hold the key to a life-changing fortune. But beware, missing this opportunity could mean leaving a small fortune in the palm of your hand. Quick question: what's worth more, an old penny in your pocket or a Tesla in your driveway? You're about to find out why it might just be the penny. Let's go back to 1987, a time when Ronald Reagan was president, big hair was in, and the US Mint was producing billions of pennies. But here's the twist: a rare error occurred. Some Lincoln pennies minted that year were accidentally struck without a mint mark. This missing detail made them incredibly rare, and that rarity is what drives their insane value today. Think about this: millions of these coins were produced, but only a tiny fraction came out with this error. That means you could have one sitting in a drawer right now, completely unaware of its potential. What if you've already spent one, unknowingly giving away a fortune for a candy bar? And hey, don't go flipping over your couch cushions just yet. There's more you need to know before hunting for treasure. Today, collectors are paying astronomical sums for these rare error coins. Depending on its condition, a 1987 NO Mint Mark penny could fetch thousands, sometimes even crossing the $1 million mark in high-profile auctions. And here's why: rarity breeds demand, and demand breeds value. But here's the catch: not every 1987 penny is worth millions. So, how do you know if you've got the real deal? Stick with me, because in just a moment, I'll reveal the exact steps to identify one and maximize your profit. First, grab your 1987 penny and look just below the date. If you see no mint mark, nothing at all, you might be holding a rare coin. But wait, there's more to it. The coin's condition, or grade, plays a huge role in its value. Even minor scratches can reduce its worth. That's why experts recommend having it graded by a professional service, like PCGS or NGC, to authenticate its rarity and maximize its sale price. Here's the exciting part: with online platforms like eBay or coin auction houses, you could turn your discovery into a life-changing payday. But don't wait: every day, more collectors find these coins, which means the market could shift at any time. Don't let someone else cash in while you hesitate. And let's be honest, how many times have you spent a penny without even thinking about it? That ends today. So, what are you waiting for? Go check your stash of old coins right now. You never know, your next step could be contacting an auction house or living the life you've always dreamed of, all thanks to one tiny penny. And if you're wondering about the other rare pennies that could also be worth a fortune, you'll definitely want to watch my next video. Some of them might be even more valuable than this one. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Today, we're talking about the 1994 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. Yes, a simple penny that's been hiding in plain sight, but under the right conditions, it's worth up to millions of dollars. Are you sitting on one of these hidden treasures? What if the coin you've been using to buy coffee all these years could have changed your life? The clock is ticking, and collectors are paying a fortune for these rare pennies right now. But only if you know what to look for. Hey, don't go grabbing your penny jar just yet. Let me show you exactly why this coin is so valuable, because not every 1994 penny will make you rich. You don't want to waste hours inspecting a penny just to realize its worth. Well, a penny. The story starts in 1994, with a small minting error that went unnoticed by most people. Coins from that year typically have a small letter, either a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. But some coins were released without this mint mark, and here's where it gets exciting. This error makes these pennies incredibly rare. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for them. One even sold for over $1 million at an auction. But here's the catch: only pennies in pristine condition fetch these jaw-dropping prices. A single scratch or blemish could bring the value down to a few bucks. So, how do you know if your penny is the jackpot or just another copper coin? In a moment, I'll show you exactly how to check if your 1994 penny is one of the rare no mint mark treasures. But first, let's talk about what makes it so valuable. The value of a 1994 no mint mark penny depends on a few key factors. First, you'll want to check for that missing mint mark. Look below the year, 1994, if there's no small d or s, you might be in luck. Next, examine the condition. Is it shiny, free of scratches, and almost brand new? That's what collectors are after, and here's why this matters now. The market for rare coins is hotter than ever. Collectors are paying premium prices today, but tomorrow? Who knows? Timing is everything. Quick question: when's the last time you checked the couch cushions or that forgotten coin jar in the kitchen? It's like a treasure hunt, except the prize could be life-changing. Now, here's the million-dollar question: how do you actually sell a coin like this for maximum profit? Don't go to just any coin dealer, you could lose thousands. Stick around because I'll reveal insider tips to get the best price possible. Imagine what you could do with an extra $1 million. Pay off your mortgage, retire early, take that dream vacation, you name it. And it all starts with a single penny. So, grab your coin jar and start hunting. But remember, knowledge is power. Subscribe for more tips on finding and selling rare coins, because your next big discovery could be just a video away. See, the 1994 no mint mark penny is proof that the smallest details can hold the biggest fortunes. Don't let yours go unnoticed. Your millionaire moment might be closer than you think. What if I told you that a simple penny, something you probably have lying around in a drawer, could be worth a fortune? Yes, we're talking about a penny that could be worth millions. And no, it's not a joke that I end today's video. We're diving deep into the 1996 Lincoln penny and uncovering the shocking value that could change your life forever. You're not going to want to miss this one. Trust me. So, here's the deal. You might be sitting there thinking, a penny? Worth millions? Yeah, right. But before you scroll past or dismiss this as another crazy internet myth, let me ask you, how many pennies have you tossed in the jar or tossed out without a second thought? What if you just tossed away your retirement? Or a huge payday? You see, rare pennies, like the 1996 Lincoln penny, have a hidden value that you absolutely don't want to miss. But, not all 1996 pennies are created equal. Now, before you start diving into your coin jar with excitement, I've got to say, this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. We're talking about real value, real collectors, and real money. So, no, don't expect to be driving a Lamborghini next week, but hey, it could happen. Here's the thing, many people simply don't know what they've got, and that could cost them dearly. Imagine discovering years later that your pennies are worth more than your house, but you didn't even know what to look for. I want to prevent that from happening to you today. Let's break it down. You're probably asking yourself, what makes a 1996 penny so special? It's not the year. It's not the mint mark. It's something a lot more elusive. The 1996 penny became a highly sought-after coin because of a rare mistake made during its production. That's right, error coins. When minting goes wrong, sometimes those flawed pennies become the most valuable ones you can find. For the 1996 Lincoln penny, there were some rare and subtle errors that made some of these coins worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, even millions in some cases. But it's not just any 1996 penny you find in your pocket that's worth big bucks. You have to look for very specific signs. In a moment, I'm going to show you exactly what you need to look for so you can spot a penny that might be worth millions. But first, let's talk about why this coin has collectors in a frenzy. Because once you see the market trends, you'll understand why this penny could be a game changer for you. Now, I'm not saying you should be living your life in a constant state of panic about your pocket change, but you might want to start paying a little more attention to your loose change. Who knew a coin worth 1 cent could make you a fortune, right? This 1996 penny was minted with a special error that only a handful of collectors even know about. It's all about the tiny details, the flaws that make this penny stand out in the world of rare coins. And here's the kicker, it's not just collectors who are interested. Investors are paying top dollar to get their hands on these, and guess what? You don't need to be an expert or a millionaire to take advantage of this opportunity. If you can find the right one, you could be sitting on a gold mine. So, how do you know if your 1996 penny is worth a fortune? Well, here's where things get really exciting, and I'm about to reveal exactly how you can find out. First, you need to know what makes a penny truly rare. It's not about how shiny it is, but the errors that occurred during the minting process. You'll want to look closely at the date, the mint mark, and most importantly, the die errors. A slight double strike, a misaligned die, or even the wrong positioning of the mint mark can make all the difference. And, if you're wondering whether it's worth getting out a magnifying glass or a microscope, let me just say, you might want to grab both. This is serious coin hunting, folks. I know, it sounds like a lot to take in. But trust me, the effort is worth it. The rare 1996 penny could be the key to changing your financial future, and it's waiting in your pocket, your couch cushions, or maybe even in a box of old coins you've forgotten about. I want you to remember one thing, the value of your coins isn't just about numbers, it's about opportunity. This could be your moment. If you've learned something valuable today, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with someone who might just have the next $1 million penny sitting in their drawer. And don't wait. If you've got a 1996 penny, go grab it and take a closer look. It might be worth more than you think, and trust me, you don't want to miss out. Have you ever looked at your change jar and wondered, what if? What if one of these pennies is worth more than just a penny? What if it could be worth up to $1 million? Sounds crazy, right? But hold on to your seat, because the 2008 mint mark Lincoln penny is a coin that could make that dream a reality. Today, we're diving deep into how this seemingly ordinary penny could be hiding a treasure, just waiting to be sold for a life-changing amount. Yes, up to $1 million. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to sell it for top dollar. You're holding something that most people overlook, a humble penny. But what if I told you that in your very hands could be a rare coin with the potential to change your financial future? The 2008 Lincoln penny may look like just another penny, but it's far from ordinary. Now, you might be thinking, a penny? Really? How could that be worth anything? I get it. But here's where it gets interesting. Back in 2008, the US Mint produced billions of pennies. However, only a few have a special minting flaw, one so rare that it could be worth up to $1 million. Sounds insane? Let's break it down. In the year 2008, the Denver Mint struck millions of pennies, but only a select few had a minting error that could make them incredibly valuable. This error, known as the 2008 double die obverse error, is the key to unlocking that $1 million potential. So, what exactly is this error? Well, it's a small but significant mistake in the way the coin was struck. If you look closely, you'll notice that the words Liberty and the date 2008 have a slight doubling effect. This double strike is what sets this penny apart from the rest. But wait, don't go grabbing every 2008 penny you see. It's not just any penny with a D mint mark. You need the one with this rare error. How rare is this coin, you ask? Let's just say, very few are out there. And the ones that are in good condition? They're fetching astronomical amounts. But the real question is, could you have one of these hidden gems? You see, the truth is, coins like these don't come around often. If you find one, it's not just about finding a penny, it's about finding a chance. A chance to change your financial future. But here's the thing, you have to act fast. These coins are being discovered and sold, but the market's hot right now. If you wait too long, someone else might snatch it up first. So, now that we know what makes the 2008 D penny so valuable, how do you turn this rare coin into cold hard cash? First, you need to get your coin assessed by a professional. Don't just guess. Get it authenticated. That little mark or error you think you see could mean thousands, or even millions, of dollars, but don't just stop at authentication. Make sure to get your coin graded. The higher the grade, the higher the value. Coins in excellent condition, with minimal wear and tear, are worth exponentially more. Now, I know what you're thinking, what's the difference between a 2008 D penny and just another old penny? Well, imagine if you had a rare baseball card, but it had a little tear. Would it be worth thousands, or just a few bucks? Exactly. Condition matters. Once you have your coin graded, it's time to sell. There are several places where rare coins like this one are bought and sold. Auction houses, online marketplaces like eBay, and even specialized coin dealers are all potential avenues for turning your penny into a fortune. And here's the kicker, this market is booming right now. With a surge in collectors and investors looking for rare coins, the demand for high-quality error pennies is higher than ever. This isn't some far-off dream, it's happening right now. But wait, what are the real numbers here? How much are these pennies actually selling for? Is it possible to get up to $1 million for your penny? Stick around, because I'm about to share the mind-blowing details on what this coin is actually worth today. Imagine, just imagine, holding a coin that could set you on the path to financial freedom. This 2008 D penny could be your ticket to a whole new life. It's not just about the coin, it's about seizing the opportunity before it's too late. So, don't wait. If you have a 2008 D penny, get it checked. Get it graded. And get ready to cash in. You could be sitting on a fortune, but the clock is ticking. You might have a small piece of history sitting in your pocket right now, worth more than you could ever imagine. But the real question is, are you ready to turn that coin into a fortune? This is the 2013 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny, a coin that could change your life. While many people overlook it, this penny has the potential to make you rich. But before you grab that jar of coins, listen carefully, time is running out. Stay tuned, because what I'm about to share with you might surprise you, and maybe even put you on the path to financial freedom. In the world of coin collecting, mint marks are everything. They tell you where the coin was made, and they can drastically affect the value. But in 2013, something unusual happened. A batch of Lincoln pennies was released without a mint mark. No D for Denver, no S for San Francisco, just a simple penny without any identifying mark. Sounds ordinary, right? Well, this small oversight made these coins extraordinarily rare. Thousands of these coins were shipped out, and many of them were spent, lost, or forgotten. But a select few of these pennies could be worth up to $1 million. If you've got one, it could be your ticket to financial freedom. But here's the kicker, finding a 2013 No Mint Mark penny in pristine condition is not easy. You've probably never even heard of this before, and that's exactly why you need to act now. Now, you might be thinking, how much could a simple penny be worth? After all, pennies are pennies, right? But this specific 2013 no mint mark penny, has a unique feature that could skyrocket its value. Let's break it down. For collectors, rarity equals value. And in the world of rare coins, the 2013 no mint mark Lincoln penny is one of the most sought after modern coins. Some collectors have paid upwards of $100,000 for one in near perfect condition. And in extreme cases, you could be looking at a value close to $1 million for a well-preserved example. But don't just take my word for it. Experts have been predicting that the value of this penny will only rise as time goes on. And the best part? You might already have one sitting at home, hiding in a drawer or a jar of loose change. Don't tell me you haven't dug through a jar of pennies just hoping for a surprise, right? But, what if this time, you actually found something worth a fortune? But here's the catch, these pennies don't stay in circulation for long. The ones that are out there are getting harder and harder to find. And the longer you wait, the more valuable these coins become. So the question is, will you be the one who discovers it, or will you miss your chance? So, how do you know if your 2013 penny is the one worth millions? First, you need to examine it carefully. Look for signs of wear. The more pristine the penny, the more valuable it is. A clean, uncirculated coin can fetch you top dollar. If your penny is in mint condition, the next step is to get it appraised. Don't rely on online marketplaces or local pawn shops, find a certified numismatist who can give you an accurate value. Once your penny is appraised, it's time to sell. And here's where the magic happens, selling to the right buyer could be the difference between a few $100s and $1 million. Be strategic, auctions, specialized coin dealers, and high-end collectors are the people you want to connect with. And don't wait too long, the market for rare coins is constantly changing. If you wait too long, your opportunity could slip through your fingers. This is your chance. A rare, hidden treasure worth more than most people could ever dream of. But remember, time is ticking, and the market is getting more competitive every day. You don't want to miss out. In the next few days, we'll dive even deeper into how to maximize your coin's worth, and trust me, you don't want to miss that. But before we wrap up today's video, so, tell me, do you think you've got the rare 2013 no mint mark Lincoln penny hidden somewhere in your collection? Let me know in the comments below, and if you found one, we might just feature your story in the next video. Are you sitting on a small fortune and don't even know it? What if I told you that a simple 2020D mint mark Lincoln penny, which you probably have in your change jar, could be worth up to $1 million? Yes, you heard that right. A penny. Worth millions. Stick around, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how this rare coin could change your life forever. But first, let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered what the future holds for your collection of old pennies? I mean, really thought about it? Now, let's dive into this mystery. For many of us, pennies are just pocket change, something we toss aside without much thought. But what if I told you there's a rare breed of pennies that could be worth more than your car, your house, even your retirement savings? The 2020D mint mark Lincoln penny has been making waves in the coin collecting world, and today, we're going to uncover exactly why. But hold on. What makes this penny so special? What sets it apart from the millions of other pennies in circulation? It's a combination of factors: rarity, minting errors, and sheer demand in the market. Just think, you could have a coin worth millions in your possession right now, and it all depends on a few key features. So, how do you know if you have one of these rare pennies? By the way, before you run to your coin jar, I have to ask, how many of you have those "I'm rich" moments when you find a random penny in your pocket, only to realize it's just a 2001? Yeah, we've all been there. But stick with me, the 2020D penny is not that kind of coin. So, what's really going on with the 2020D Lincoln penny? Well, first things first, not all 2020D pennies are worth a fortune. The ones that are, have a distinct characteristic: they were part of a minting error. These pennies are extremely rare, and as you might guess, rare equals valuable. But the real question is, what do you look for? Let's break it down. The mint mark, of course, you're looking for the 2020D mint mark, which tells you that it was minted in Denver. But that's just the beginning. These pennies were released with a mistake during the minting process, making them even more valuable to collectors. This error is not something you can just walk into a store and buy. No, these coins are extremely hard to find, but wait, here's where it gets interesting. Some collectors are willing to pay up to $1 million for a single coin. Yes, you heard that right. And this is exactly where the excitement, and a bit of fear, kicks in. It's almost like hunting for treasure, except the treasure is a tiny piece of copper. Imagine finding a rare coin in your loose change and having a millionaire moment, but instead, it's just a rusty penny from 2007. Ouch. Keep searching, though, that perfect penny could be right around the corner. Now that you know what you're looking for, let's talk about what happens when you find one. Here's where the real power lies. It's not just about discovering the coin. It's about taking action and making the sale. A rare 2020D Lincoln penny could put you in the position to retire early, pay off debts, or finally live that comfortable life you've dreamed of. But here's the catch, there's urgency. The coin market is volatile. Prices can skyrocket, but they can also crash, depending on demand and market trends. The longer you wait, the greater the chance of missing out on a huge opportunity. These coins are being bought and sold in record numbers right now, and if you don't act fast, someone else will get that life-changing penny. Imagine waking up tomorrow to see that your 2020D mint mark penny is worth thousands, or even millions. That could be the moment you stop stressing about finances and start enjoying the wealth you've worked hard for. But don't let this chance slip away. Check your change jars, your coin collections, and maybe, just maybe, you'll find that one rare penny that could turn everything around. So, what are you waiting for? Grab your pennies and start searching now. But here's the thing, not all of them are going to be valuable. But one might just be worth more than you ever imagined. Stay tuned, because in the next video, I'm going to show you where to sell your rare coins for the highest possible price, and how you can turn your coin collection into a fortune. Don't miss it, and remember, one penny could change everything. If you're serious about making money from your old coins, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join our community. Together, we're going to unlock the secrets of rare coins, and you'll be well on your way to living the lifestyle you deserve. Don't wait. The world of coin collecting is full of opportunities, and your $1 million penny could be just around the corner. Have you ever wondered if you're sitting on a hidden fortune? Imagine, you've got a simple penny in your pocket, but what if I told you that penny could be worth up to $999,000? No joke. That's right, one small coin, a 1960D mint mark Lincoln penny, could change your financial future forever. But here's the kicker, most people have no idea it's even valuable. In today's video, we'll dive into the crazy value of this penny and show you exactly how to spot it, how much it could sell for, and why you need to start checking your change now. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to cash in on your very own fortune. First, let's take a step back. What makes the 1960D penny so valuable in the first place? To the untrained eye, it might seem like just another coin from the past, but here's the thing, it's not just any penny. The 1960D penny, minted in Denver, is a rare anomaly in the coin world. And we're not talking about a rare version of a cent from the 1800s. No, this penny is from the 20th century, and it's been hiding in plain sight. But here's where things get interesting. A tiny minting error, a slight miscalculation, a perfect imperfection, it makes these pennies extraordinarily valuable today. Most of the time, errors like this are subtle, but when you know what to look for, you'll realize, this is no ordinary coin. Now, let me ask you something. How many of you have gone through your old pennies and tossed them aside, thinking they weren't worth anything? Well, what if I told you that coin you almost tossed could pay off your mortgage or fund that dream vacation you've always wanted? The 1960D Lincoln penny has a remarkable backstory, and its value is skyrocketing. Right now, these pennies can be worth anywhere from a few $100s to Brace yourself, almost $1 million. Now, before you start running to your coin jar, let's get clear about why this penny can demand such insane prices. The 1960 penny's value lies in a couple of key factors: rarity and condition. First off, not all 1960 pennies are valuable, it's about the condition. The higher the quality, the higher the value. We're talking about pennies that are in near perfect shape, with no visible wear or scratches. But don't get discouraged. Even if yours isn't in mint condition, you might still have a rare find. Just knowing the specific characteristics to look for can give you a massive advantage when selling. Here's where the excitement kicks in. When you find a 1960 penny with a specific minting error, its value can shoot up to nearly $250,000. A rare 1960 penny in pristine condition, up to $999,000. That's the kind of life-changing value we're talking about, but are you starting to feel a little bit of panic? You know that pennies are everywhere, right? It's possible someone out there has already found a fortune. So, what are you going to do about it? Is it too late for you to cash in on these hidden treasures? Now that we've got your heart racing, let's talk about how to spot the right penny. The key to finding a rare 1960 Lincoln penny is all about the details. Look for these two things. First, check the mint mark. It should have a D on the reverse side. Second, the error you're looking for is a double die. This happens when the die presses the coin more than once, causing a shift in the image. This error can make the Liberty and In God We Trust inscriptions appear blurry or doubled. And trust me, those pennies are worth a small fortune. Don't just take my word for it. Real collectors are out there right now, actively looking for these pennies. The market for rare coins is hot. It's a buyer's market, and this isn't a trend that's going away anytime soon. But here's the catch: if you don't act quickly, you could miss out on your chance to sell your penny for big bucks. There are people willing to pay top dollar for these coins, and you could be leaving money on the table if you don't know where to sell. So, where should you sell your 1960 penny to get the best price? Well, hold on, because I'm about to share the best strategies and secret tips for finding the perfect buyer. But before I get into where you can sell your penny for top dollar, let me ask you, have you already checked your coin jar or your collection? Or, are you still wondering if your pennies are worth anything? Don't go anywhere. After the break, I'll reveal exactly where you can get the most money for your rare coins, and how to avoid getting scammed. So keep watching, because the next step could put you in the position to cash in big time. Stay tuned. Are you holding on to a penny right now that could be worth up to $995,000? I know, it sounds unbelievable, but I promise you, there are rare pennies out there, just like the 1962 mint mark Lincoln penny, that can make you rich. Stick around until the end, because I'm going to show you how to spot this valuable coin, and you won't want to miss the shocking details I've got for you. This is not your typical coin talk. The truth is, your old pennies might be sitting on millions of dollars. Let's dive in and find out if you have a fortune in your pocket right now. Okay, let's set the scene. You've got a jar of pennies. Maybe it's just sitting in your drawer collecting dust, or maybe you've been using them for little purchases here and there. But what if I told you, some of those pennies could be worth more than just a few cents, much more? One penny, in particular, the 1962 Lincoln penny, could have an unbelievable value on the market today. Now, what's the story behind this penny, and why is it so valuable? Well, it all comes down to its rarity. In 1962, the U.S. Mint struck millions of Lincoln pennies, but a small number of them were minted with a unique flaw or feature that makes them incredibly rare and sought after by collectors. But here's the catch: finding one in mint condition is the key. And believe me, it's easier than you think for these coins to get lost in the shuffle. Imagine this scenario: you could be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it. Let me ask you this, though: how many of you have ever checked the pennies you come across with a magnifying glass? Probably not many, right? Well, after today, you might want to start. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of what makes the 1962 penny so special. You see, this coin isn't just another old penny, it's a rare gem that has escaped the radar of most people, including some serious collectors. The 1962 D Lincoln penny is known for its mint mark, that little letter D, that makes it unique, but don't be fooled. Not every 1962 D penny is worth a fortune. Oh, no. The ones that are worth up to $995,000 have to meet specific conditions. They have to be in near-perfect condition, graded MS 67 or higher. And when you find one of those, it can fetch a huge price at auction, and here's the kicker, coins like this rarely pop up. In fact, only a small handful of these 1962 D Lincoln pennies have ever been sold at that kind of price. So, what does that mean for you? Well, it means you might be holding on to the next big one without even knowing it. And if that's not enough to get you excited, let's talk about how you can identify the value of your coin. Here's a tip. First, check the mint mark. If it's a D right under the year 1962, you're on the right track. But remember, the condition is key. If your coin is worn down, scratched, or tarnished, it's probably not worth much. So take the time to inspect it carefully, because when you find one in great condition, it could be the start of your financial transformation. Speaking of transformations, how cool would it be to look at your old pennies and realize you're holding something worth more than your car? No kidding, some of these coins can blow away any dollar figure you've ever seen. Imagine pulling up to a car dealership and trading in your penny for a new car. Yeah, I know, sounds like a scene from a movie, but with these rare coins, you just never know. So now that you're all fired up about the 1962 D Lincoln penny, let's get down to the action. What should you do if you think you have one of these rare coins? First, don't sell it right away. Take your time. The market for rare coins is constantly shifting, so getting a professional coin appraisal is your best bet. There are trusted coin dealers and grading services who can authenticate and grade your coin, ensuring that you know its true value. And here's a little secret. If your coin is graded and confirmed to be worth something huge, you can even auction it. Auctions for rare coins can be insane. We're talking about bidding wars, collectors fighting to get their hands on your treasure. One lucky penny can go for thousands, tens of thousands, and yes, even close to $1 million, but here's the kicker, you might be thinking, that's great, but what if I don't have one of those rare coins? Well, don't worry. There are plenty of other pennies out there worth a significant amount of money. The key is knowing how to identify them, knowing when to sell, and having patience as the market shifts. But right now, your mission is simple, check your pennies, all of them. And if you come across a 1962 D, get it professionally checked. You could be sitting on a future fortune, one that changes the course of your life. Before I wrap up, let me ask you one last question. What if I told you that there's an even rarer coin out there than the 1962 D penny? One that could be worth even more than $995,000. Well, that's a story for another video. But trust me, you're going to want to be here for it. So, stay tuned, because the journey to finding wealth through rare coins is just beginning. Imagine holding a single penny in your hand, one that could potentially make you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Does that sound unbelievable? I'm about to show you how a 1964 Lincoln penny, yes, that one, could be worth up to $992,000. That's right. Nearly $1 million. But how do you know if your penny is one of the rare ones? Stick around because you might be holding a small fortune and not even realize it. But first, let me ask you this. Have you ever checked your coin jar, just to toss out a penny or two? Well, you might want to double-check your change before doing that again. This video will reveal the shocking truth about the 1964 no-mint mark Lincoln penny and why it could be sitting in your pocket right now, ready to change your financial future forever. The 1964 Lincoln penny, released during a pivotal moment in U.S. history, might seem like just another coin. But not all 1964 pennies are created equal. Some carry a mystery that makes them incredibly valuable. So, what sets these pennies apart from the rest? In 1964, the U.S. Mint faced a major production problem. A small number of pennies were struck without the usual mint mark. These coins are extremely rare, and they are known as no-mint mark pennies. The mint mark is the tiny letter on the coin that indicates which mint facility produced it. usually a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. But some of the 1964 pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and those didn't have a mint mark. It sounds simple, right? But let me ask you this. What if your 1964 penny is one of the few that didn't have the mint mark? If it is, the value of that coin could skyrocket. We're talking up to $992,000 for just one penny. This isn't just some random fact, it's the kind of discovery that can change your life. But here's the thing, this rare coin is often mistaken for just a regular penny, which means many people throw them away without realizing their true worth. How many times have you tossed a coin like this into a jar, thinking it was no different than the rest? Now, let's dive into the details. How do you tell if you've got a 1964 no mint mark Lincoln penny on your hands? First, look at the date on the coin. That's a given. But more importantly, check for the mint mark. If there is no mint mark, it could be a rare one. That's the first clue. But hold on. It's not just any coin that's worth up to $992,000 that you need to check for certain other features to confirm its authenticity. These pennies must be in near-perfect condition, free from major wear or damage. A coin in mint state, meaning it's nearly flawless, has the highest potential value. The more pristine the coin, the higher the price. But you're probably thinking, what's so special about a tiny flaw or a missing mark? Well, that's where things get even more interesting. Let's talk about why these pennies are worth so much and how they ended up commanding such a huge price tag. Now that you know how rare these pennies are, let's talk about the shocking truth. Why is one of these 1964 no mint mark pennies worth nearly $1 million? The answer lies in rarity and demand. There are fewer of these coins than you might think, and as coin collectors and investors seek to expand their collections, the value of these rare pennies continues to climb. This is your chance. If you find one of these coins, it could be your golden ticket to living a completely different lifestyle. Maybe you've been dreaming of retiring early, paying off your debts, or finally achieving that comfortable life you've always wanted. Well, that dream might be sitting in your pocket, right now, waiting for you to unlock its value. But here's the hard truth. Most people don't even know this coin exists. This is why there's so much opportunity for you to cash in. Don't let this rare chance slip away. Let me ask you, how many pennies have you missed over the years? Thousands, maybe even millions, of people walk right past coins like these every single day. But you have the chance to discover yours. So, what can you do right now to take action and make sure you don't miss out on this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity? Start checking your 1964 pennies. Look carefully for the no mint mark variety. Get your rare coins appraised. Even if you're unsure about the condition, it's worth getting an expert to take a look. And finally, sell wisely. When you find the right buyer, a single 1964 no mint mark penny could make you a fortune. Don't wait. The market for rare coins is growing fast, and these pennies are already in high demand. Every day that passes could mean missing out on your potential windfall. I want you to take this seriously. This could be your chance to live the life you've always dreamed of, wealthy, secure, and free. It starts with just one penny. Have you ever wondered if that old penny in your pocket could be worth a small fortune? What if I told you that a single 1965 Lincoln penny could sell for up to $990,000? Yes, you heard that right. Nearly $1 million. Keep watching because I'm about to reveal how you could turn a simple penny into a life-changing amount of cash. Now, you might be thinking, a penny? Worth $1 million? That sounds too good to be true. But trust me, this is not a pipe dream. The 1965 Lincoln penny is one of the most sought-after rare coins in America right now. In 1965, the U.S. Mint decided to stop producing silver coins and transition to a copper-nickel alloy. But here's where it gets interesting. Some of the 1965 pennies were accidentally struck without a mint mark. Normally, pennies have a mint mark, either D for Denver or S for San Francisco. The 1965 no mint mark penny is one of the rarest anomalies in the coin collecting world today, but don't get too excited just yet. The key to unlocking its value lies in a few crucial details. There are thousands of 1965 pennies out there, but only a handful have the features that make them worth thousands, and in some cases, hundreds of thousands. So, how much is your 1965 no mint mark penny really worth? Here's where the market gets fascinating. A penny in mint condition, that is, one that has been preserved almost perfectly, can fetch a price anywhere between $10,000 and $25,000. But here's the kicker. One extremely rare 1965 penny was sold for nearly $990,000. How, you ask? It was a case of perfect condition, unique striking errors, and a perfect storm of collectors willing to pay top dollar. Only a few coins like this exist, but if you know where to look and what to look for, you might just have a hidden treasure in your possession. But how do you tell if your penny is worth that much? Well, it all comes down to the details. Most of these coins have very subtle features that can mean the difference between $1 and $1 million. We're talking about things like the shape of the lettering, the clarity of the design, and the weight of the coin. The real question is, could your penny be the one? And I know what you're thinking. Great, I've been hoarding pennies for years, and none of them are worth a dime. Don't worry. The reality is, most pennies aren't going to make you rich. But, if you've got that one rare gem hiding somewhere, this is where things get really exciting. Now, let's get serious for a moment. The coin market is hot, and it's only getting hotter. More and more people are waking up to the idea that their old change might be worth a small fortune. And if you wait too long, the value could drop, or you could miss the opportunity entirely. So, how can you cash in on your rare 1965 penny before it's too late? Here's a tip. Get your coins evaluated by a professional. There are collectors and dealers out there who specialize in rare pennies, and they can give you an accurate assessment. They'll be able to spot the subtle differences that separate your pennies from the ones that are just worth face value, but don't just trust any appraiser or buyer. Find one with a track record of successful transactions. Make sure they know the value of what they're handling. Remember, you're dealing with something that could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, but wait, there's more. If you're wondering exactly where to find the most valuable 1965 pennies, or how to negotiate the best price if you decide to sell, you won't want to miss what's coming up next. In the final part of this video, I'm going to share the #1 mistake collectors make when selling rare pennies, and how you can avoid it so you get top dollar. In conclusion, that humble 1965 Lincoln penny sitting in your collection could be worth far more than you ever imagined. The key is knowing how to identify the rare ones, how to get them evaluated, and how to sell them for their true value. Don't wait, your fortune might be just a coin flip away. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips on how to uncover hidden treasures in your own collection. What if I told you that the coin in your pocket, the one you almost threw away, could be worth almost $1 million? I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. Stick around, because you might be holding a small fortune, and I'm about to show you exactly how to spot it. Let's start with the basics. We've all heard the saying, a penny saved is a penny earned. But what if a penny earned you more than just pocket change? Imagine walking into a coin dealer or checking your bank balance to find out your ordinary 1971 Lincoln penny is worth up to $988,000. Yes, $988,000. But here's the thing, most of us would look at a 1971 penny, turn it over, see there's no mint mark, and think it's just another copper coin. Big mistake. What you don't know could be costing you hundreds of thousands of dollars. So let's dive into what makes this 1971 penny so valuable. So, what makes this penny stand out from the billions that were minted in 1971? Is it just luck, or is there more to it? Well, the truth lies in the tiny details. Let's break it down. First, you need to know that the 1971 penny without a mint mark is extremely rare. The majority of 1971 pennies have a D or S mint mark. But what if you find one without either? That's where the value comes in. And it's not just any no mint mark penny that's valuable, it has to be in the right condition. That means, no deep scratches, no corrosion, and, preferably, with sharp, clear details. Now, let's talk about why this penny could make you a millionaire. Back in 1971, some pennies were produced in such low quantities, they slipped through the cracks unnoticed by the general public. Over time, these coins became rarer and rarer, and collectors started to catch on. Today, it's one of the most sought-after coins on the market. But here's where it gets interesting. Not every 1971 no-mint mark penny is worth nearly $1 million. To get top dollar, it has to meet certain criteria. There's something very specific that experts look for. Could your coin be the one to cash in on? Well, let's see. Now we're getting to the good part. You're probably wondering, how do I know if my 1971 penny is worth that kind of money? The answer: grading. Coins are graded based on their condition, and this is where it gets tricky. If your 1971 penny is graded in mint state condition, that means no wear, no corrosion, and minimal imperfections, you're looking at a potential jackpot. The higher the grade, the higher the price. In fact, some 1971 no-mint mark pennies have sold for as much as $988,000 in the right market. But what if your coin isn't in perfect condition? Does that mean you're out of luck? Not at all. Even a slightly worn penny could still be worth hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. And let me tell you, that's a lot better than pocket change. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, I've got a jar of pennies in my kitchen drawer, well, you might want to check. Seriously, take a look. You could be sitting on a goldmine. And no, this isn't an infomercial. I'm just saying, your next dinner party might involve showing off a coin worth more than your car. Imagine for a moment, you're holding a coin worth nearly $1 million. What would you do with that kind of money? Pay off debts. Travel the world. Invest in your future. The possibilities are endless. Before you go rushing to check every penny you own, hold on. There's more you need to know about how to sell this penny, how to get it authenticated, and how to find the right buyers, all of which can mean the difference between getting a fair price and walking away with nothing. Time is ticking, though. If you wait too long to sell your rare coin, the market could change. What if you miss out on a chance to make a small fortune? The longer you hold on to a penny like this, the more you risk it becoming just another old coin. Could this penny be your ticket to financial freedom? Keep watching, because in the next video, I'm going to show you exactly how to authenticate and sell your 1971 no-mint mark penny for the highest price possible. You won't want to miss it. Trust me. Imagine this: you're sitting at home, flipping through a box of old pennies, and you stumble upon a 1973 mint mark Lincoln penny. You've seen this coin a million times before, but this time something feels different. Could this ordinary penny be worth up to $985,000? Stay with me. By the end of this video, you'll know how to identify whether your 1973 penny could be worth a fortune. And trust me, you don't want to miss this because the clock is ticking, and there's more money on the table than you think. First off, let's dive into why this penny could be sitting on a potential goldmine. The 1973 Lincoln penny, like many other coins, was minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark. But here's the thing, it's not just any penny. It's the rarity of certain pennies from this year that makes them so highly sought after by collectors and investors alike. But why does a simple penny hold so much value? Let's take a step back. In the world of coin collecting, rarity is everything. And this coin has a combination of factors that make it one of the most valuable pennies of the modern era. Before we go any further, let me ask you this: how many pennies have you tossed away without giving them a second thought? If you've been careless, you might have missed out on thousands, or even millions. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of what makes the 1973 mint mark penny worth up to $985,000. First, the condition of the coin is critical. A coin in mint condition, especially one that has never been circulated, can command sky-high prices. The key here is the preservation. If your coin has minimal wear and tear, it's worth a lot more than you might think. But here's where things get even more interesting. The 1973 penny, while being mass-produced, was also the subject of a rare production error. Some of these pennies were struck with an incorrect die, resulting in a slight misalignment that collectors go wild over. When you're looking at this penny, closely examine the die markings and the edges. A misaligned strike can make your coin much more valuable. The value of this error coin skyrockets because it's a rare find, and here's the kicker, most people don't even know they have it. Could yours be one of those hidden treasures? So, what does that mean for you? If you're sitting on a rare 1973 penny, you could be holding something that's worth a fortune. But don't get too excited just yet, we're just getting started. Now, let's talk about what this all means in real-world terms. In today's market, the value of a 1973 mint mark penny with an error can range from a few $100s to nearly $1 million. Yes, you heard that right, $985,000 for a single penny, but here's where the urgency comes in. The market for rare coins is constantly shifting. One year a coin could be worth a lot, the next, not so much. But if you know how to act quickly and get your coin appraised by the right experts, you could cash in on your find before the market fluctuates. And here's the thing, you don't need to be an expert to identify rare coins. With the right tools, the right knowledge, and a bit of luck, you could have your hands on a coin worth thousands or even millions. But I know what you're thinking, how do I sell it? Where do I find the buyers? Well, don't worry, we'll get to that in just a moment. Before you start searching for the nearest buyer, you need to ensure that your coin is authentic. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement, but taking the time to authenticate your coin could mean the difference between making a fortune and losing out completely. So, you've got the coin. You've done the research. But before you rush to sell it, there are a few critical mistakes you want to avoid, mistakes that could cost you big time. In the next segment, I'll reveal the top mistakes people make when trying to sell rare coins like the 1973 penny. You'll want to avoid these at all costs to maximize the value of your find. So stick around, the most valuable part of this video is coming up. The bottom line is this, if you've got a 1973 penny, or you're out hunting for one, don't wait. The market is shifting fast, and time is money. If you find one in good condition, and especially if it has an error, you could be looking at a life-changing amount of cash. Don't be the person who lets a rare coin slip through their fingers. Remember, fortune favors the prepared. Be vigilant, be smart, and who knows, you could be on your way to selling a penny for nearly $985,000. Are you sitting on a fortune and don't even know it? Picture this, a single penny, no bigger than a thumbnail, could be worth up to $976,000. That's right, nearly $1 million for a coin worth just 1 cent. Now, before you toss that old jar of pennies or dismiss it as junk, let's take a moment. Your next big payday might just be waiting in your pocket. Yes, you heard me right. This video could change everything. So, what's so special about the 1980 no mint mark Lincoln penny? On the surface, it's just another penny from the 80s, right? But here's the catch, it's incredibly rare, and this penny could be worth a small fortune. You see, in 1980, the US Mint made a critical error. Normally, pennies have a mint mark, a tiny D for Denver or an S for San Francisco, but for a brief period that year, some pennies came out without any mint mark at all. Now, you might be thinking, what's the big deal? Well, this small oversight by the US Mint created an extremely rare coin that collectors have been hunting for decades. In fact, some of these rare pennies have sold for as much as $976,000. But wait, don't rush to your coin jar just yet. Not every 1980 penny is worth a fortune. There's a lot more to this than meets the eye. You have to know what to look for, and the truth is, there are a few critical details you may have missed. Let's dive deeper into how you can spot this goldmine. So, how do you find this needle in a haystack? The first step is simple, take a look at the mint mark. The 1980 no mint mark penny should be completely blank in that spot. If you see a D or an S, you're holding a different penny. But, it's not just the mint mark that makes this coin valuable. You also need to check the condition. Coins that are in mint state, meaning they have little to no wear and tear, are the ones that fetch top dollar. You're looking for a coin that's well preserved, with sharp details and a glossy finish. If you find a 1980 penny that looks like it just came out of the mint, that's your jackpot. But the real key here is scarcity. These 1980 no mint mark pennies are rare, so don't expect to find one in every jar of loose change. Now, you might be thinking, that sounds great, but how do I even sell something like this? Who would want a penny? Well, let me tell you, the market for rare coins is massive, and there's a way to sell your coin that will have collectors lining up to pay top dollar. But here's the thing. You must be careful where and how you sell. One wrong move, and your fortune could slip through your fingers. When it comes to selling your 1980 no mint mark Lincoln penny, knowledge is power. First, get it professionally graded by a certified numismatist. Trust me, you don't want to undervalue your coin or get taken advantage of. Once it's graded, you'll want to explore the best avenues for selling. Online auctions, coin dealers, or even numismatic conventions are your best bet. But you have to act quickly. Rare coins like this don't stay in the market for long. The moment it's listed, collectors will pounce. But don't let that scare you. This is your chance to cash in. Can you imagine what you could do with $976,000? A new home? A dream vacation? Financial freedom? But hold on. I know what you're thinking. What if my coin isn't worth that much? What if it's not as rare as they say? Well, stick with me, because we're about to talk about the hidden gems that you may have completely overlooked in your collection. This is where things get really interesting. Before you close that drawer, let me ask you this. What other coins could you be holding right now that could be worth thousands, maybe even millions? The truth is, there are dozens of rare pennies out there, and in the next video, I'm going to show you the ones that could make you a small fortune. So, don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button now. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Do you have a 1997 D mint mark Lincoln penny sitting in your coin jar, or tucked away in an old collection? Well, brace yourself. That humble penny could be worth up to $970,000. Yes, you heard that right, almost $1 million for a single coin. How many times have you overlooked pennies without a second thought? Now, imagine what you could do with a nearly $1 million coin in your hands. New car. Dream vacation. A life of financial freedom. The possibilities are endless. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to spot this rare, valuable coin in your collection. But before we dive into the mind-blowing details, let's make sure you're not one of those people who misses out. You know, the ones who discard valuable treasures without ever realizing their worth. Don't be that person. Stick around until the end, because you won't believe how close you might be to finding a small fortune. Let's take a deep dive into why the 1997 D mint mark Lincoln penny is so special. First, you need to understand that the value of a coin isn't just about its year, it's about the condition, rarity, and the specific features that make it stand out. So, why does this particular penny hold so much potential? Here's the kicker: error coins. The 1997 D Lincoln penny, when it has a rare error, could make it worth hundreds of thousands. This isn't just any typical penny. Certain 1997 D mint mark pennies were struck with a unique, one-of-a-kind error that makes them highly desirable among collectors. This error, which is so subtle yet so valuable, is what could transform your coin from pocket change to a small fortune. Pattern interrupt. Did I lose you? Think about it, your penny might just be that rare, and you have no idea. Feels a bit like winning the lottery, right? But better, because you don't even have to buy a ticket. Back to the point. So, what makes these error pennies so valuable? It's the variety of minting mistakes. For example, the 1997 D penny with a double die error, where the image appears slightly doubled, can fetch extraordinary prices. The catch here is the rarity of these errors, and how many people actually know how to spot them. But here's where it gets really interesting. You could have a 1997 D Lincoln penny that's worth a lot of money right now, but how do you know if you're holding on to the right one? What are the key features to look for? First, check the mint mark. You want to make sure it's a 1997D. That's the first clue. Then, inspect the coin for errors, look for any subtle doubling, especially on the date or lettering. Those are the signs of a double die error. Now, this is where it gets intense, because finding one of these coins in good condition can unlock the full potential of its value. Pennies in poor condition won't make the cut. A mint-condition penny can be worth significantly more, but there's a catch: there aren't many of these error coins out there, which means the market for them is highly competitive. The value of these coins isn't just about their rarity, it's about the demand from collectors. You're looking at a race against time. As more collectors discover this coin, the price could skyrocket even further, and here's where the real urgency comes in: these coins are not staying on the market long. Once word gets out about a certain coin's value, they disappear fast. A lot of the high-value 1997D mint Mark Lincoln pennies have already been snatched up by collectors, leaving only a few for those who know where to look. But here's the real question: could you be holding one of these rare coins right now? And if so, do you know how to sell it for the highest possible value? Now, you might be thinking, I don't know where to start. Well, I've got you covered. In the next video, we'll walk through the exact steps to authenticate your coin, find buyers, and get top dollar for your rare 1997D mint Mark Lincoln penny. But don't wait too long to take action. This market is moving fast. Think about it. For the right buyer, this small coin could mean the difference between an average life and a life of luxury. But only if you know what you're doing, and only if you act fast. So, here's your challenge for today: take out that penny jar, start checking your 1997D Lincoln pennies, and get them evaluated. What are you waiting for? Don't let the opportunity slip away. Remember, the coins in your collection could be worth more than you think. Keep hunting, and stay tuned for more valuable insights coming your way.